Electric drive wasn't about eliminating a choice. It was about adding a choice. It was about giving our consumers a choice that they don't have today. Electric vehicles are almost non-existent in the marketplace today. In fact, when we went out to get customer research, did some ethnographic work with consumers, they really had no relevancy on what an electric vehicle was. They had paradigms that it was a small, compromised, golf cart-like vehicle. Nobody really knew the pure attributes, the true attributes of an electric vehicle. Since then, we've had over 1,000 people drive the vehicles, give us feedback. And I will say that there's a very interesting shift that happens within one drive. First, people walk up to the car, and it's all about the logical, rational decisions of buying a vehicle. Will electricity be a better choice on a cost per mile than gasoline in the future? What's the cost of fuel going to be 5 years down the road? The rational part of the decision-making electric drive is really focused on the battery and the e-drive motor. Then we hand them the keys. They drive a Jeep, they drive a Dodge, they drive a Chrysler, and outside of just having smiles from ear to ear, most of the discussion now is about how quiet it is, how much torque there is, the performance of the vehicles, and how it has a very luxurious feel. And it's completely off the rational side. We start to generate the emotional side of what these vehicles can offer. And then expand that beyond just the driving experience. These are vehicles that will be plugged in 90% of the time to some type of an infrastructure via a plug. You have communications, a pathway to the vehicle that you don't have today. That communication pathway allows us to look at the car, state of health, diagnostics, but also opens up an ability to have services to that vehicle that, again, doesn't exist with an internal combustion engine. When I put fuel in my gas tank today from a pump, that pump only has one job, that's to fill the tank. It does not have the ability to communicate to the vehicle. So we think of the plug more like a USB cord on your laptop. One of its functions is to provide power, the other is to provide communication. Yep. So that information, that experience of electric vehicles inside the vehicle, outside the vehicle, the ability to tie in features and functions to your phone, to your iPod, to be able to modify your charging behavior, to pre-start your car. These are vehicles that will provide instant heat. Coming from Michigan, that means a lot to me, that instant heat. To be able to preset that in a vehicle. We have a 400-volt system. We have a lot of power and energy on board to be able to offer the features and services that we didn't have before. And I think it's really that realization that will only come from the first experience our consumers will have, which will really dictate the free demand of these vehicles. I can't predict the threshold point of when there will be more electric cars than internal combustion. I think it will be homogeneous for quite a long period of time. There will be diesels, there will be hybrids, there will be biofuels, and there'll be electric drive vehicles in the marketplace in 2020. All I know is it's going to be far greater than it is today, because today is almost.
Yeah, and at some point when we